This is India Today's Impact. Remember, yesterday at 6 p.m. Prime, we brought to you a special investigation story about the dance bars running illegally in national capital Delhi. Not just breaking safety protocols, but also COVID protocols. And now, the Delhi police, after that report aired on India Today TV exposing the COVID violations, the Delhi cops have taken action. We've now received information from the Delhi police that all of these dance bars have been raided and for now closed down by the Delhi police. Remember, these were safety guidelines, COVID guidelines, all of these violations were taking place. And importantly, now that action has been taken, Delhi police raiding these dance bars in Delhi after India Today's expose. The question is, were the authorities not aware earlier when these bars were running in the first place in Delhi? Our top story today at 6 is about two-time Olympian medal winner Sushil Kumar, a role model, a wrestler, today a murder accused. The Delhi police has now filed a charge sheet in this matter, 1,000-page charge sheet that primarily calls him the kingpin of this tragic murder case. Take a look at what does the charge sheet say about this Olympian.
He is a two-time Olympic medal winner. And now Sushil Kumar is a murder accused. A role model charged with a terrible crime of beating a young man to death. As per a 1,000-page charge sheet filed by the Delhi police, Sushil is the kingpin in this murder case. Findings from questioning and counselling have revealed Sushil Kumar allegedly intended to establish supremacy over younger wrestlers and wanted them to respect him. During counselling by forensic assistants of psychology, he allegedly showed no remorse or guilt for the heinous crime he's accused of. His inflated ego of fame and followers showed that he felt he's above the law and acted on suspicion of being followed by younger members. Crime branch sources say during interrogation, the wrestler maintained stiff body language and remained tight-lipped. The charge sheet mentions 155 prosecution witnesses, including 4 persons who were injured in that brawl at the Chhatrasal Stadium in Delhi. Apart from Sushil, the charge sheet says some other accused carried firearms, threatened victims with dire consequences. The gates of the stadium were also bolted from inside and guards were directed to run away from the spot. Recently nabbed criminal Kara Jathedi also told the police that Sushil's ego was hurt after Sagar and Sonu refused to vacate his flat. This brutal case of murder on the intervening night of May 4th to 5th in Delhi will now be a court trial. Police believe they have video clips and witness accounts to establish the crime sequence. Will Sushil Kumar prove his innocence, or will the Olympic role model for lakhs of budding wrestlers face the ignominy of imprisonment? With Tanseem Haider and Arvind Ojha in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
A shocking case has surfaced from the national capital, Delhi. A 9-year-old girl allegedly gang-raped, murdered at a crematorium in Delhi, and then a hushed cremation without even taking the family into account. People have been arrested. Family has been informed, but the victim's family says that's not enough. They're now demanding a death penalty in this case. One by one, we are witnessing these young girls who are facing not only sexual torture and murder, but of course a reflection on our society of why the situation refuses to improve for the girls and women in India. Take a look at this special report coming in.
India's capital, the symbol of democracy, now a symbol of shame. In Delhi, a 9-year-old Dalit girl raped and murdered when she went out to drink some water. The accused, a priest and 3 others, allegedly gang-raped her, murdered her, and then forcefully cremated her. They called the little girl's mother, claimed her daughter was electrocuted to death while getting water. Then they allegedly dissuaded the mother from calling the police, saying that a post-mortem would mean that the little girl's body would be taken apart.
में 4 लोग हम लोगों ने गिरफ्तार कर लिए हैं और जो मुख्य आरोपी है राधेश्याम, जो कि शमशान घाट का प्रीस्ट है, पंडित है, वो और उसके अलावा 3 और लोग हैं, लक्ष्मी नारायण, कुलदीप और सलीम, जो वहीं पे काम करते हैं शमशान घाट पे। और वो आरोपी के भी परिचित हैं, मुख्य आरोपी के, और इनके भी परिचित थे क्योंकि बच्ची वहाँ पे रोज़ जाया करती थी पानी पीने।
The little girl's mother is now left fighting for justice. Her daughter cremated without her permission.
बेटी मेरी उल्टी जलाई गई है, मेरी बच्ची का मुझे न्याय चाहिए, मुझे मेरी बेटी का न्याय चाहिए, जल्लादों को फांसी दो। ये धमकी दे रहे थे पुलिस वाले भी, दोनों लेडीज पुलिस वाले भी कि बच्ची का रेप नहीं हुआ तो झूठ बोले। मैंने आप इतना मत हम दबाव में डाल दिए। एक कमरा बंद मैं कर दी थी, एक में मेरे पति कर दिया था।
Unsurprisingly, politicians have lined up to express solidarity with the victim's family. Rahul Gandhi was the first to meet them, and his visit was met with protests by locals. Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal was next. He also visited the family and promised all help possible.
दिल्ली सरकार परिवार को 10 लाख रुपए का मुआवजा देगी। इसमें हम मैजिस्ट्रियल इंक्वायरी ऑर्डर करेंगे और इस केस में दिल्ली सरकार सबसे बड़े से बड़ा वकील कोर्ट में लगाएगी ताकि दोषियों को कड़ी से कड़ी, सख्त से सख्त सजा दिलवाई जा सके।
The usual political script played out. The opposition questioning the BJP in turn lashing out.
रॉय सिंघम रेप और बलात्कार में यदि राजनीति करने की कोशिश की जाए तो मैं कहूंगा ये राजनीति का सबसे न्यून स्तर होता है, सबसे निम्न या सबसे निचला स्तर होता है। हां, इसमें सिंपैथी, इसमें आप खड़े रहें, आप विषय को आगे बढ़ाएं, इसमें कोई आपत्ति नहीं है।
ये निकम्मी सरकार है, कानून व्यवस्था यहाँ खत्म हो चुकी है। अगर कानून व्यवस्था होती तो देश की राजधानी में अगर बच्चों के साथ ये हो रहा है तो आप समझिए कि देश से बाहर, देश के अंदर जो गांव देहात है वहां क्या क्या नहीं सहते होंगे हम लोग।
The Trinamool Congress's Derek O'Brien even issued this dare to Home Minister Amit Shah to issue a statement in Parliament.
Shouldn't the Home Minister of India come here and answer the questions? What is wrong with you? If the Home Minister comes tomorrow and answers the question about why so sad this 9-year-old girl was, the Dalit girl was raped, okay, I will shave my head tomorrow on your channel.
With Arvind Ojha and Mosmi Singh in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
My colleague Munish Pandey now joins me with further updates on this story. Munish, the Congress party here took the lead, sat with the family, expressed condolences, generated a debate, then followed by Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. But what is the status of the case? Because the victim's family is not buying the electrocution version that is being given officially to them.
Yeah, well, Pooja, as far as this rape case is concerned, what police maintains that they have arrested all the 4 accused. They have been sent to judicial custody, but the mortal remains of the minor girl, they have been sent for forensic examination. And once the report comes, then only police will take them into police custody. All the accused will be taken into police custody only after the forensic report. As far as police is concerned, they have recorded statement of the eyewitnesses and others. People in the case, but as far as the entire case is concerned, it is also taking a political turn. Remember,
yes,
Rahul Gandhi went and met the family members of the minor girl, the girl who was raped and murdered, and also the TMC leaders have reached just a while back and met the family members, and BJP has also objected to people. They are saying that basically these leaders are going for publicity, but as far as the police is concerned, they are saying that they are doing their job. They will take some time, but their investigation is in the right direction. Pooja.
And definitely a debate that must continue to generate heat, at least here when we're talking about girls of this country. Thank you so much, Munish Pandey, for all the latest. Now coming up is a very special story. This is about a girl in Kolkata. She's a graduate. In fact, she has a first-class distinction in history honours. She's a resident of Bengal. Her name is Swarnali Samanta. But despite a graduation degree in her hand, she's applied for a job of a laboratory attendant at the morgue to handle corpses at the Neel Ratan Sarkar Medical College. Now, the requirement of the job here is just to clear the 8th standard. She, remember, is a graduate with distinction in history honours. Now, the position that she has is basically an overwhelmingly male-dominated profession. It is usually appealed to the dome community, so to say, to take charge and apply for these jobs where she is applied. requires one to handle corpses at the City Medical College and Hospital and other duties apart from that as well. Listen in to what Swarnali Samanta has to say about why did she choose to apply or forced to apply for this job.
एक्चुअल अभी जो पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन चल रहा है उसके चलते हम लोगों के यहाँ पे जॉब की बहुत ही प्रॉब्लम है. जॉब अगर है भी उसका कोई सिक्योरिटी नहीं है. ठीक है, तो इससे पहले भी हम लोगों ने सरकारी नौकरी का एग्ज़ाम दिया है बट कुछ भी हासिल नहीं हुआ है. ठीक है, तो अभी सिचुएशन मुझे एक नौकरी चाहिए जिसका एक सैलरी जो है वो अच्छे से हो और जॉब का जो सिक्योरिटी है वो भी होना चाहिए. तो एक तो सवाल दिमाग में आता है कि ये इतना पढ़ने के बाद मुझे मुर्दों के साथ रहना पड़ेगा. ये सब सोचने के बाद लास्ट में वही हम सोचते हैं कि मुझे नौकरी चाहिए. ठीक है, अभी जो भी है उसका सिक्योरिटी चाहिए. ये चलते हैं वो सब दिमाग से निकालना पड़ रहा है.
The corona-led lockdown for the past 1.5 years has led to many people losing their jobs, and maybe that is the reason why a 30-year-old female graduate of Bachelor of History in Kolkata filing an application for a job which needs the applicant to be somewhat a class 8 pass. The Medical College NRS in Calcutta last year had come up with various applications wherein 6 requirements were needed for individuals who had to handle corpses. They were traditionally called as domes. The requirement was only 8 pass. Swarnali Samanta, a Bachelor of History Honours student, had also applied for the same. She spoke to us and she told us that what she wants right now is a permanent job and job security and not what the work is all about. With camera person Kiranji, this is Suryagni Roy for India Today, Kolkata.
Welcome back. My final report for this bulletin is also perhaps a significant day for our country. Aircraft carrier, which is an indigenous aircraft carrier, Vikrant, is sailing for its maiden sea trials. Now India joins the select group of nations having a niche capability to indigenously design, build and integrate a state-of-art aircraft carrier. To many, it is also a reminder of the role and contribution of INS Vikrant in the 1971 war. Take a look at this special report, something that we must be very proud of today.
45,000 tons, 262 meters long, a crew of over 1,500 personnel, and with a fleet of fighters on its deck. Say your namaskarams to India's new Vikrant. In a proud and historic day, India's first indigenous aircraft carrier, the reincarnated Vikrant, sailed out into open ocean on Wednesday for the first time, kicking off its crucial sea trials. The biggest and most complex warship ever built in India, the Vikrant is scheduled to enter Indian naval service next year. The ship has taken its time coming, with several technology-related delays over more than a decade. But it's finally ready for its trial by fire. The new Vikrant will have on board a fleet of at least 30 fighter jets, including the formidable MiG-29K that currently operates off India's sole active aircraft carrier, the Russian-built INS Vikramaditya. The Vikrant can also operate the indigenous naval light combat aircraft, which has been making great strides in carrier compatibility in recent months. As a large, lumbering beast of a ship, Vikrant won't be operating alone. When commissioned, Vikrant will operate as part of a carrier battle group, escorted by destroyers, frigates and submarines. But the Vikrant itself is also armed, but only for defense, with surface-to-air missiles, high-caliber deck guns and close-in weapon systems to fight off missile threats. Named after India's first aircraft carrier, the iconic INS Vikrant that saw action in the 1971 India-Pakistan war, the new Vikrant sets out to sea a half-century later, in a year when India celebrates 50 years of that historic war victory. A proud and historical moment in India's otherwise elusive quest for Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense. Vikrant will gladden the hearts of serving Navy personnel and veterans alike. India now joins a select group of nations with the proven capability to indigenously design, build and integrate a state-of-the-art aircraft carrier. India today wishes the sea trials of Vikrant every success and its crew on board shano Varuna. Bureau Report, India Today.